We also need to be thinking about building an orchard, because orchards take a little bit longer to build. It's because they actually take a few years to actually fully grow before you can start getting fruit off them every year. But once you get to that point, they're quite productive. So maybe I could put a small one here and make use of this space. That seems like a pretty good idea. So we're just waiting for this to be finished on those two houses, and then we shouldn't need the builders then. So there we go, that barn's now finished. So all the leather, beef and leather, beef and potatoes will all go straight to here, so they've only got to walk across here rather than walking all the way through the village. That should really help. I mean, is this bugged or something? Because that's just not going down. I don't know why I'm complaining. I really shouldn't be complaining. There we go, we've got a new family set in there, so hopefully we'll get a few more kids from that. And that's about to be finished, and there's a new family in there as well. Fantastic. Okay, let's get a new woodcutter and put a new person back onto gathering. So, we now don't have anyone who doesn't have a job. All jobs are completely manned, completely filled. We're getting food, we're getting firewood, we're getting logs. Eventually, once we start getting a decent produce of leather between this, eventually, once I've got a few more people, I'll set up a hunter's log as well, which will bring us even more leather. Then I can get us a tailor set up, so we can make hide coats to keep people warmer in the winter, so they use even less firewood. What's wrong with you? The herb limit's been reached. Well, whack that right the way up. Put the food limit up as well. That is to be about 10,000. Log limit's at about 1,000, that's fine. Yeah, this looks good. I think we've got ourselves a fairly healthy stock now. So, once we've got a few more labourers again, they can get these roads finished. There we go, look. Look at all these potatoes. Fantastic. Fantastic. It's all coming up good. Yeah, I think an orchard here would be pretty nice, honestly. I think it'll look good. I think that is definitely the place for it. Have we got... Right, you're about to become a labourer. You need a bit longer, you need a bit longer. In a couple of years we're going to be getting a hell of a lot of people. Still living on his own. Remy, never found anyone. Blessed. Blessed. New families haven't quite started their little families yet. Darvis also living in a house on their own. Ooh, Norrie and Maris. They've had a busy old life. Well, fair play to you. Let's just increase the amount of firewood that we have in stock, honestly. I would rather people just continually do their job rather than hit limits for now. I'd rather have a massive stock so that when I do build a trading outpost, I can just fill it and not hit too much, because firewood trades ridiculously well with traders. It's like each one firewood is worth like 4, as it were, points of value. So they turn out pretty nice. Right, let's get our let's get this kind of set up where we want it. 12 by 12 orchard. Sure, that seems like a good one to me. Now, do labourers clear this, or is it builders that have to clear it? No, the labourers doing it. I'll let them clear it, and then the builder can come in and just finish it off. Perfecto. I'm pleased with this. This is looking nice. TG Village. Dreadful name, lovely people. That's pretty much how it goes. I could take the farmers off the fields for a little bit, so they can help finish this, but I'm sure they want. I'm sure they need themselves a nice break as well. So ever since I've had a woodcutter on here, we're actually burning more wood. than when we didn't have a woodcutter at all. How interesting. I'll have to remember that. This forestry is not really pumping out a lot of trees at the minute. I think I need to clear more space for them. So we need to collect stones from the area. And any iron that might be loitering around. No, you're alright. If we get rid of those stones, they can plant a few more trees. That will certainly help. Ooh, we've got a choice of peaches or cherries. Peaches, I think. So that needs more farmers. So let's take and add an additional farmer. So hopefully he'll go and get them planted. And we should start to see these begin to grow. I like this little village. It's nice. Yeah, there you go. They're giving it a little bit of work. So we should start to see some saplings coming up soon. Yep, there we go. We're starting to see them. They're going to slowly grow, and then in a couple of years we're going to have every year just batches and batches of peaches. And everyone will rejoice. How are we doing down here? Everyone all happy? Probably a couple of... We could probably end up filling another house with people, but honestly I don't think it's worth it. Not yet. We've got like 13 kids sitting waiting to grow up. I'll let a few more of them grow up before I start plotting down any more houses. Right, what's the next big thing? We need a hunter's cabin. That's pretty big. We are certainly going to need a trading outpost at some point, because then we might be able to get some new animals in, and animals are a big fucking deal. So just stocks and stocks of potatoes. So at least the potatoes now are lasting us through the entirety of winter. So we've still got potatoes in there. And it's late winter now, so we're about to start planting again for the next year. So that one field is pretty much sustaining this village for an entire year, which is pretty good. So that seems like a pretty good size to do it. How are we doing? Everyone happy? Yep. Looking good. Right, so once all these start getting cleared, they should also start planting down more saplings. So we've got a few dotted around, which should start to make this area a little bit more productive on wood, or at least I'm hoping anyway. If not, I may have to make another one in an area that's a little bit more dense, because 2 seems to be the best one. I mean, I've got a much bigger village on my other save, and I only need 2 to sustain it. So I'll have to see. There's a lot of roads unfinished because we haven't got a labourer, so probably need to get that sorted soon because it looks weird. How are we doing? Everything's looking pretty nice actually. When Banished isn't being stressful with people dying and things going horribly wrong, it's an incredibly peaceful game. Oh, we're actually starting to produce leather and beef. It's taken a little bit of time, but we are actually starting to produce it now. So that's pretty cool. Loads of kids just got born this year, which is brilliant. So we're on 20 adults and 15 kids in the village. Now, kids are an odd one because they're a drain on your resources while not actually like benefiting you in any way. But if you don't have them, your game rapidly comes to an end. It's kind of bizarre. There's a tiny cow with its head stuck in the fence. So, someone want to see to that? There is actually an extra cow in there, so one of these cows is going to get butchered. Just saying. 9 out of 8. One of you is for the chop. And I wouldn't like to guess who. Oh. I'm digging again. And there you go. You got chopped. That was grisly. Very grisly.